Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you for coming for this particular session. Do I have a permission to ask some set of questions about the dilemma of not getting time for strategic planning?
Sure.
So in this particular coaching conversation, we will spend approximately 10 minutes and I will ask some set of questions to you which will help us in generate insight about this dilemma. Are you okay with the process?
Yes.
Okay. What would be a desired month for you? Like how many blogs do you want to write in a month?
It's not just blogs, I also want to do some writing like offhand, but I would say at least I would like to write for in a month about 7 to 10 days. I would like to full days and maybe some half days.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that you want to spend approximately 30 to 40% of your productive time on writing.
Writing, yes.
Okay. So what we have heard by now is that you want to spend 70%, 40% of your time in writing blogs, and you are finding challenges in that. Okay. What could be an ideal day would look like for you? So you start in the morning, and what is an imagination for an ideal day?
So ideal day, I would say whatever work I have to do, like planning for trainings or looking at emails and all the regular work, I would either want to spend the morning towards that or the afternoon towards that, and maybe do writing on one of these timings. Because I usually get times in 2 or 3 different blocks. One is the morning block from maybe 9 to 12. The second is from 2 to 5. The third one is, you can say, from maybe 8 to 11.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that you have kind of 3 blocks in your calendar. One is the morning slot, so we can say morning slot.
Morning, afternoon, and
morning
night.
and afternoon and night. These are the 3 slots which you would have, and you want to spend afternoon slots in writing.
It could be any slot would be fine. It should night slot also.
Okay. So out of these 3 slots, you want to spend 1 slot in writing. So what I'm hearing is that you want to spend approximately 40% of your time in writing, and out of and you have your day is kind of divided into 3 slots, and out of these slots you want to dedicate 1 slot to it. Okay. Now, what is stopping you? Like which slot we can allocate? Like what do you see? What is the preferred slot going for the writing?
I would say night because I'm more relaxed at that point.
Okay, so you find that night slot is less interruption free, is more interruption free, and you can allocate that time for writing.
I would like it to be interruption free, but it is right now not.
Okay, so we are hearing that you want to spend 40% of your time in writing. You have 3 slots, and out of those 3 slots, the night slot you think you can allocate for writing. What do you think can be done to make the night slots interruption free?
I usually end up spending time on things like something is coming up for next week. So whatever is I plan for the day, it is not done. That unplanned work, it takes up the limited time. That's one thing. And sometimes you have too much of work. You are in the flow. You forget about writing, because writing requires a peace of mind, right? You want to have enough time with you, and it takes some time before you actually start writing.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that you are sharing problems associated with not able to allocate the evening time or for night time for writing. What I'm asking is that what can be done to allocate the evening time for writing?
Maybe shut everything else and just do writing. Not worry what it impacts.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that you want to allocate 40% of your time into writing, and you have 3 slots, and out of these 3 slots, that night slot looks appropriate for writing, and you can make that night slot available for writing by shutting down other things. Okay.
Very good.
What can be done to shut down other things and make the night slot?
Not have work, right, which is not good. So usually things they do not get finished within 5 o'clock, by 5 o'clock or something. Then I have some work that needs to be done. And if I have some pending work, then it's difficult to shut things out because writing requires a peace of mind kind of thing, right? So I think I have to force myself into that habit.
Yeah. So what I just want to clarify here, is it a matter of dividing the time into a slot or having interruption-free slot, or getting a time for the writing?
It's more about getting time for the writing.
Okay. So what we are hearing is that you want to allocate time, you have a slots, you have identified the slot also, but that slot get consumed by routine work.
Right.
What can be done to make this routine work fit into remaining 2 slots?
Maybe better time coordination. Plus, if something is not there, maybe priority. So whatever has to be done by that day, do it in that day, and what could be deferred to the next day, then you defer to the next day.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that you want to have 2 slots as a fixed box and try to do all routine works in the 2 slots. And if something is not fitting up, you postpone it to the next slot. But don't disturb the
writing slot.
This looks a great idea.
Clear boundary around it.
This looks a great idea.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I think I've found my solution.
What are aha moment?
This is an aha moment.
Aha moment is
let's-
for me.
let-
Yeah.
What action you can take in the next week to make this get started? So before we meet next time, what action you will take in the next week to get this started?
Yeah, I think out of 5 days, I need to at least take out the slot for at least 3 to 4 days. I have Monday to Thursday, Monday to Wednesday, actually 3 days only. So out of 3 days, at least 2 days I need to take out the time and do some writing.
So you are, so what we started with not having enough time for writing, then we get into the slots, and then we get into the problem of the last slot not having the enough time. Then you identified that by allocating a fixed time box to other routine things in the first 2 slots, you can make the third slot free, and you are trying, you will do this action starting from Tuesday. So from Tuesday,
Monday.
From Monday, you are making that particular slot free and you are looking forward.
Right.
Great, you have an action plan in
Alright.
place.